Greetings all, this is the J-Man from Metal SHARXS, and I just wanted to give you a bit of a wrap-up video for the first 6 months of the existence of this YouTube channel. Metal SHARXS was launched in August of 2018 by yours truly, the J-Man, but also I've had a lot of great collaboration from family and friends, including my dad, John Long Silver, and my brother, the Silver Stingray, who will each be in this video a bit later. But today we kind of wanted to do a wrap-up of sorts of some of our best finds since we've gotten into this hobby of metal detecting that we're all so crazy about. For myself, I'll show you some finds that I've gotten since May of 2017, which was when I received a used Garrett AT Pro metal detector for my birthday. My wife and my family pitched in to buy a used detector from my brother, the Silver Stingray, who really got the family going into this hobby. So anyhow, here's a little bit about Metal SHARXS and the concept behind it. So we started it in August. Now, just before we started it, my family was really equally into shark fishing and metal detecting. But since then, we haven't been able to get out shark fishing as much. We've been doing a heck of a lot of metal detecting. Hence, we have the name Metal for metal detecting, and then SHARXS for shark fishing. Of course I spelled. But at any rate, that's a little bit about the concept. And then the channel has grown over the months. Now we have 27 subscribers, so we're really excited about that. That's great news. And we're hoping in this new year that we'll be able to get up to 75 and beyond. So the loyal subscribers can look forward to some kind of giveaway, probably around the 50th subscriber. Maybe a slabbed coin. So we're trying to figure out the best way to do that. Now, in a minute on this wrap-up video, I'll show you some of my best finds and tell you a little bit about that. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to try to organize some of my finds so I can give you a little bit more information about the types of coins. I know metal detecting is a lot more than about the types of coins and the amount of coins that you find, but I do want to organize things a little better, and I'll explain why. So I hope you enjoy this. So the J-Man is here again from Metal SHARXS, and what I'm showing you now is a cigar box, Arturo Fuente, imported, and I've been keeping a lot of my metal detecting finds, especially from beach finds, in cigar boxes. So you can see, you know, a toy Matchbox style car, a name badge of Connor from Portofino Island near Belfries, a lot of bottle caps, and you know, ointment tubes, and then coins mixed in, all kinds of coins mixed in that I found metal detecting. And so the problem with this is it works okay for a while, but then you start to overflow your container. And so I went to another cigar box. As you can see, that one's pretty full too. So then, now I've gone metal detecting a lot because we had the holiday break and I was able to go more often. And I think I went something like 3 times within 7 days near Christmas to 3 different beaches, 2 or 3 different beaches. But at any rate, these are bags that haven't yet made it to the cigar box. So I need to kind of organize this and maybe give up some of the bottle caps. I like keeping the bottle caps because they're colorful and they kind of chronicle the times. And they kind of look like pirate treasure or something when they're really rusty like that one. But I think I can let some of those go to make more room and maybe start a new cigar box. I started out keeping every single find, and maybe I just can't do that, but there are some things which I really don't know what they are. So I'm going to try to learn how to do electrolysis in a simple way to try to see if I can figure out what some of these things are and maybe get them tested different ways too if they look promising. So there you have it. This is the J-Man again from Metal SHARXS, and I just wanted to show you a little handy case that I got at a garage sale, probably for 50 cents. Somebody was selling it, they had probably picked it up as a souvenir from the Bahamas. But inside this little case, a nice velvet interior, I have some of the best finds that I've found from metal detecting, and I mounted those on cards to preserve them. And quite often what I do is I put notes on them. So here are some examples. So just a regular 1957 Wheatie, that I put on a card that I found in my own front yard. And then this is one of my best finds. It was a British large scent that I found about 15 feet from my front door. So that was really exciting. And then this is a Tunisian coin from 1917 that I found about 15 or 20 feet from my parents' front door. So that was really cool. I found it under a root. And then this is a quarter that's special to me. It's a clad quarter, 1978, but I found it when my dad and I had gotten permission to metal detect a house and property in Melbourne Beach. It was built in 1924, I believe. So that was pretty cool. My dad found I believe a Walking Liberty quarter, nice silver quarter. And I didn't find anything quite that cool, but I did find this quarter. So I've commemorated that. So there you have it. Just want to show you some of those. And show you the reverse on the Tunisian coin and the reverse on the British large cent. Okay, there you have it.
Hello YouTubers, John Long Silver here. We're trying to do a wrap-up of our finds for the past 2 years. As a family, we really didn't start metal detecting until around 2017. The silver Stingray got an Excalibur 2. Well, first of all, for his birthday, he got a White's, a Coin Pro or something. And then he got an Excalibur 2. And then his infection of the metal detecting disease infected the entire family. It seems like it spread to all of us. So we didn't have a YouTube channel a year ago. So now we'll do a wrap up of some of the finds for the past 2 years. This jar contains my beach finds from the Florida Panhandle area. I have another jar for the Treasure Coast finds, which I don't have with me tonight. Now this is really ambitious because this is my treasure chest, which is supposed to contain the good ring finds. However, it's a pretty lonely chest because there's only 2 rings in there, I have a 3rd ring, but it was bling. I don't know what this ring is here. It has hearts around the rim, a silver on the inside, but I don't know if it's real silver or not because there's no numbers on it. This ring here is silver, 925. It's a little lady's heart ring. We tested the stone. Apparently it's not a diamond, so that was a disappointment. And then we have this jar of coins and other stuff from the beach. These are all, I don't even know if they'll come out of here, but these are all Florida Panhandle finds. Represents a lot of work finding this many coins. So here's the bling ring I found. This one came from Melbourne Beach, so it's not a Florida Panhandle find. And this ring here also came from Melbourne Beach. Both of these rings were found within a short distance of one another at about the same time. I was detecting with a friend, and he left. I didn't know he left. I found the ring right after he left, and then I couldn't find him to show it off, so that was disappointing. One always likes to show off one's finds, but it's a lot of work at the beach. You get tired, and I can understand why he might have left. This one here is the only Panhandle ring from St. George's Island. I guess I'll put the bling ring in the chest too. Now there's a lot of coins here. I don't have any idea how many there are. The dates are hard to read. For example, that's a dime, but it looks like a penny. A lot of pennies, little pieces of unknown metal, quarters, nickels. That's a Lewis and Clark nickel. Another quarter, kind of dirty. This shell came from my backyard. People used to hunt deer where I live. These are just eyeball finds from the beach. Here's a piece of metal that did something, I don't know what. The usual gray matter fishing sinker thing. even more quarters. I guess one day I'll have to add all this up, see what it amounts to. As far as I know, none of these coins are silver. Of course, there's some copper pennies, but it would be nice to find some silver coins at the beach. I've never found any though. I have found 3 silver coins, 2 dimes in my front yard, but I don't have them with me now. One is a Merc. Actually, it's a winged Liberty, but everybody calls them Mercury dimes. Mercury's wings are on his ankles, not on his head. And the other one was a Rosie. And then in Melbourne Beach, in a front yard of an old house, I found a Standing Liberty quarter. So those are my 3 silver coins. I don't really do much relic hunting, and as a consequence, I don't find as many silver coins as other detectorists find. And the reason is that at my age, which is 75, when I get down on the ground, I have a hard time getting back up. Almost impossible, as a matter of fact. So I try to avoid that situation. Now here's a bullet. Here's an unknown piece of metal. It's just weird stuff you find. I don't know why I kept it, but I did. A lot of quarters in that pile there. We find a bunch of this on the Treasure Coast. It looks like iron or steel off an old hull or something. My theory is it comes from sunken ships, but I don't really know. I do know that my grandmother told me that during World War II, people would go to Miami Beach and watch our ships burning, having been torpedoed by the enemy. And so off the Treasure Coast, apparently there are a lot of ships, not just Spanish ships and treasure ships, but ships of all type that could be the cause of some of those chunks of steel that are very commonly found. You can see them just on the surface. You can find them with your detector. They're just all over the place down there. I suppose I should have organized all this, but I didn't. This one says press on it. I don't know what it came off of. This looks like a cartridge, but it's not. It's a little metal tube that's threaded at one end. Another shell. If you like to shell, St. George's Island is a wonderful place for shelling. Top of a pencil eraser. Now here's a funny piece of something. It's actually a stone. Although it looks like metal, it's not. Here's a little piece of something too. A grommet. Well, you can see I got a big pile of coins here. And I have another big pile down at Melbourne Beach. I plan to go back there pretty soon and try to hunt the Treasure Coast very carefully. The problem is that you just have to be there right after a good storm or something to have much chance of finding something. Most of what you find on the Treasure Coast will be coins, rings, bottle caps, and pop tops. At any rate, I guess we should have organized this better, but it's kind of a spur of the moment thing. Here's an earring stud. I don't know if this is, I don't think that's gold because it's got tarnish on this side here that you can see. But from the other side, it looks really nice. I found that over near Destin. Okay, stop.
Go. The silver Stingray is going to test an earring to see if it's gold or not. And he's going to scrape it on there, and then if it dissolves, then that means it's not 10K. And he's doing this for one of the finds of John Long silver past couple years.
Get a close up. It's dissolving. It's gone.
Dissolving and is gone. So what does that mean?
Means it's not gold.
It's not gold.
Oh well.
Greetings all. This is the J-Man doing a wrap-up with my brother, the Silver Stingray, finds metal detecting from the last 3 years or so.
Alright, yeah, this is pretty much everything I've ever found. We'll start over here. These are digs. This would be more relic hunting. Random bits and pieces that I found. Things I found interesting. Things I'd like to look into. And, I don't know. Topics. Then here, this is a cougarin. And this is not a metal detecting find. This is a thrift store find. It was a $5 fill a bag. And this was inside one of the items I grabbed. And after bragging about it to everyone, it turns out that it is completely fake. Does not weigh the right amount and does not test for gold. So, oh well. $1,000 down the drain. So then next we have some more of my early digs. 2 vintage cap guns, a Wells Fargo badge, an airplane, some sort of brooch, a spoon. This was an interesting find. This was found at St. George Island. Believed to be a 44 caliber bullet. 50 caliber bullet. This was found this just in my own yard. I think it's just a brass or copper bar. Really unusual. Very heavy. These finds here all came from a local freshwater spring, and they all have a pretty patina to them. This one is 925 silver, sterling silver. This was a bicentennial quarter. And I actually found a 50-cent piece in there. Here we have a whole bunch of clad dug over the years. Lots and lots of clad and other objects. And a couple more up here in another box. Here we have my Pensacola Beach finds. These 3 right here. This is a sterling silver chain. This is a sterling silver ring with the, what is that French symbol called, J-Man?
Fleur de lily.
Whatever. Yeah. This is a palladium and I believe 14 karat gold ring, men's wedding ring. That's my all-time best find so far, and that has been authenticated. It comes from the James Avery collection, this wedding ring. Here are little rings that are junk jewelry, but still, it's fun to dig rings. Here we have fake diamonds found over the years. Here we have a Melbourne Beach 10K ring. Oh, actually, no, this one is from Carabel Beach. And I think it's actually 14K. It's marked in there, I don't remember. And then this one's 10K from Melbourne Beach. These are also Treasure Coast finds. Just unusual, I don't know, it's light, I don't know what this would be. I think it's a molar, a fake tooth, but who knows. And that's about it.
Alright, thanks Silver Stingray. That's a wrap. So this is the J-Man again from Metal SHARXS, And as you can see here, I got a cigar box, and I happened to pick this up today at a thrift store for $1.25. And so I've organized my metal detecting coin finds and put them into this cigar box. And then these are different toy cars that I found over the last year and a half or so metal detecting. Some of them were found at the beach, so they're still pretty clean and neat, but some were found on properties or people's yards. Like this is a budgie model police car made in England that I think I found at my parents' property in North Florida. So these are some keys. You find some of those from time to time, especially at the beach. And then these are various types of buckles. Some of those which might be candidates for electrolysis, to see if I can clean them up and find out more about them. Like this one here I think might be a scout type buckle, Boy Scouts. And this one I'm not sure, but it looked like it may have had something affixed there at one point. And these are pet identification or rabies tags. And then now I've organized the bottle caps into their own little cigar box. I don't keep each and every bottle cap I ever find, but I try to keep some colorful ones and then even some rusty ones, because it kind of, to me, it looks neat, kind of like old pirate treasure. And so then I have a couple of bracelets, a number of earrings, and a religious medal. And this is the one ring I found, which I'm not 100% sure is a ring, but I did a YouTube video which documented that from St. Augustine Beach near the pier. So there's that one. And I've got some foreign coins here from another place near the St. Augustine Beach pier, and the oldest one being from 1910. But there was another one from around 42 or 43, I believe. So those are interesting, but I haven't mounted those yet on cards. And then these are other various items which might be good candidates for electrolysis, to find out more about them. And then in here, this is just heavier, bulkier fishing weights, hose nozzles, shotgun shell pieces, and even a few plastic pieces, toys that you find near metal detecting finds. So I just got those separated, so maybe one day I can investigate those further. But those are interesting too. So there you have it. Signing off for now.